Hey YouTube, Manny with Wheezy Weeds. I want to talk to you guys about just renting, having rental properties and mowing. So this is our newest property that we bought. We were in escrow in December, and I'll show you guys the property. I just serviced it. We were in escrow in December, and then in February we closed on this property, and then I want to say maybe by March, around there, we had a tenant living in there, and now she's been living there for a bit. And when you're buying a rental property, you have to keep in mind, like, who's going to be doing the maintenance, who's going to be coming every once a month or every 2 weeks to just mow the grass, just little miscellaneous stuff. We have a handyman that if something breaks, we'll call him, and he's pretty good at coming out and fixing it and giving us a good price. And then obviously, like mowing, I do that. And for the most part, we do, in our lease, we set it up where the owner will take care of the property once a month. And with this, there's 2 properties that I come every 2 weeks, and this is one of them, because if I wait a month, it's a pretty big lot. I think it's like a little bit over an acre. And I did try coming once a month, and then my first visit, it was like overgrown. It was up to my knees, and I was like, I need to come every 2 weeks, which sucks, but I don't want to upset the neighbors. I don't want them to start complaining, or the tenants to start complaining that it looks looks bad if we're coming once a month. And for the most part, we do have other properties that we only go once a month, but normally the tenant takes care of it. They'll just do like the basic mowing for the yard, but these 2 guys, or these 2 people, wait till I come in once a month to do it. So I'd rather avoid future hassles and just come every 2 weeks. It does add more work to me, but I know in the long haul it's probably better for everyone. But with this property, everything was rebuilt on this house. I think he wanted $260 for it, and the guy pretty much did all the work himself. I want to say he paid $40,000 for this house, and he invested probably like a good $100,000. And he was a handyman, electrician, plumber, all that stuff. So he did all the work, and I think it took him like 6 months to 8 months, and then he put it on the market for $260. I had seen it, but $260 was a little too high. I mean, the area is not terrible, but it's not the best area. But he wanted $260. I just kind of like saved it in my saved homes, like, I'll keep an eye on it, see if it goes down. And a month or 2 later, he dropped it at $230. So I instantly got the $235. So I instantly got the notification that the owner had dropped the price, and I sent it to my realtor. And luckily at that time, we were looking for a house to purchase. So I sent it to my realtor, like, hey, can we get a showing? And she sent me in the next day. And once we walked in, it was beautiful property inside. Everything's brand new. You can tell they put a lot of time and energy, and it wasn't cheap, what he did. So we went in. He wanted $235. We went in at $230, and I think they were going to contribute like $5,000 or $6,000 down for the down payment. And he came back, he said no, and we're like, okay, well, the offer's there if you want to get back to us. But he wanted to negotiate, and I didn't want to negotiate that time. Like, I'm not going to force a deal. At the end of the day, like, I want a deal that's where the numbers match. And I want to say maybe a couple hours later, I guess he didn't get any other offers. And he wanted us, I know he wanted to sell the house later on because he needed the money, because he invested so much money into this property. And I guess he needed to pay those loans back, or whatever, whomever he got that money from. So he came back, he agreed to everything that we wanted. And we're like, okay, perfect. So we were in escrow. During the inspection, the due diligence, there were a few things that were messed up with it. The plumbing, some, a little bit of tubing, electrical, and we told them we wanted all that fixed before we moved in, or before we would buy it from him. And he fixed it, and now ever since then we've had two plumbers, or the same plumber, come out twice. The first one, the septic tank was sorry, not the septic tank, the toilet was overflowing, so they needed to snake it. And it was on a Saturday night, midnight. Tenant calls us like, this is happening, can you please send someone to come look at it? And given it's the weekend, they're gonna charge you after hour fee, and then they're gonna charge you for the job. And that job to snake pretty much the toilet was $800. And yesterday, the sink was leaking, so we had to send the plumber out again. I'm pretty sure he just changed one of the lines. He said it was an easy fix, but he charged us $375 because it was after hours again. It was after they were, their hours of operation. So far, we've lost about $1,200, or not lost, but we've had to pay about $1,200 in plumbing issues. I'm not a plumber. Even, I know I say it's an easy fix, but if I would have came in, I wouldn't have known what to do. It's not my expertise. I would have had to spend a few hours, YouTubing it or Googling it, how to fix a problem. And it's a little bit harder when you have a tenant living in there. You can't go in and kind of like, take your time fixing the problem. Like, you need to be in and out quick, just to respect their privacy. But our mortgage payment on this one is like $1,550, and we rent it out for $1,900. So we get about like close to $400 of cash flow after we pay our mortgage down. That's how much we take home. But we're actually break even right now because of those little issues that have came up. And it's a little frustrating because this house is pretty much brand new, but obviously the guy did a great job, but obviously there was a few things that he probably cut corners, and now we're seeing the aftermath of it. But anyways, that's why when you have rental properties, don't go ahead and spend your money, because things will break, life happens, and when things like that happen, we just go into our savings or our check-ins or whatever, and we pull out the money that we need to fix the problem and start saving up again. And our process is save up, invest, and then start the process all over, keep working hard. Well, anyways, we're still happy with the property, how this house looks, how it's been isn't the best, but we just started renting it out not that long ago. But it's a great house to add to our portfolio. Again, decent neighborhood, and at least as long as we're cash flowing $400 a month, so it's not terrible. But again, for the most part, we just either save it or we use that money to pay off something else. Right now we're trying to work on paying all of our debt, and then maybe buy one more property and then start saving up for either retirement, or the wife wants to move somewhere else, so maybe we'll do that. But right now we're just tackling our debt, and at the same time trying to keep investing in real estate. But like, subscribe, I appreciate y'all. If you can hit that subscribe, I would appreciate. I think right now I'm at 49 subscribers. I need one more to hit that 50, and then the next target would be 100. So I appreciate y'all. Peace.